The reason you are linked to this video is because you missed number 4 today on your warm-up. So what you have here is a figure where some parts are shaded and one part is not shaded, and you had to find the area of the shaded region. So really it's just like finding the area of a composite figure in the fact that you have to find the area of the simple shapes, but then instead of adding the areas together, you would subtract the white area from the shaded part, because we need to find the area of just the shaded region. So if you notice, this figure is divided into two shapes that we do know how to find the area of, and those are a square and a triangle. If you will pause the video and write down the names of those two shapes on your paper. If you did not use scratch paper today, then you probably didn't do as well on your warm-up, so I need you to turn to a sheet of paper in your notebook now and write this down. So, for a square, which would be this shape around the outside, we would multiply the length times the width, or you could just say side times side. So write this formula on your paper. If you need to pause the video, you can pause it and write that down. Then for a triangle, the formula that we've learned in class is that to find the area, we're going to multiply base times height and then divide it by 2. So add that to your notes. Pause the video as needed. Okay, let's look at just the square, and if you'll notice, if you follow that square around, one side is 8 centimeters and the other side is 8 centimeters. So to find the area of it, all we simply do is multiply 8 times 8, and we get an area of, for the square, 64 square centimeters. Okay, now let's look at the triangle. For a triangle, we're going to multiply base times height. So let's look for the base of the triangle. Well, that would be this side right here. This is your base. The height is marked as 3 centimeters. So what we've got to do is determine what this base is. If you look across the opposite side to the square, this side of the square is 8 centimeters, which means this opposite side would also be 8 centimeters. So the base of that triangle, write this in on your paper. The base of the triangle is 8 and the height is 3. So to find the area of that, we're going to multiply 8 times 3 divided by 2. 8 times 3 divided by 2. Can't move that very well. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. And then 24 divided by 2 is 12. So the area of the square is 64 square centimeters and the area of the triangle is 12. Now, if one part wasn't shaded, we would add those two measurements. But because the only shaded part is this section, we've got to take out the area of the triangle. So we would do 64 minus 12, and we would end up with 52 square centimeters as the area of the shaded region. Make sure you have your corrections on your paper.